Hi everybody. So in this video I want to show you how you can find designs online. You can download them, you can bring them into the Floriani software, and you can make them part of your project. Now if you are following along with our monthly quilt blocks, this is going to be a portion of the project for February 2023. It will cover this portion of the project, and then when we get to the lengthier video, which is a little more specific, I will refer to this video and then show you how to combine the two. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that there is the ability to go online. There are multiple sites online where you can download different pieces of embroidery and bring them into Floriani and create your projects, add your text, add other design elements, and it's fairly simple to do. I will say that there are the majority of the files that I've had good luck with, but there are one or two here and there that the digitizing just doesn't seem to work. Now, fortunately, because you are in Floriani software, a lot of times you can fix those little imperfections, but there are times when that is not necessarily the case. So it's a buyer beware, and once you find certain sites that you are comfortable with and the files are usually pretty good, if you're like me, you'll tend to stick with them. So in this particular case, I have actually logged into my account with Urban Threads, who is one of my favorites when it comes to purchasing designs online. They have absolutely beautiful designs. I have never had an issue with any of these designs not stitching, at least the design. Now the machine is a different story. So when you're looking at a particular file online and you decide that this is something that you want to purchase, there are several things that I always suggest you double check before you download. The first thing is going to be the size of the embroidery. Now sometimes you can get multiple sizes, sometimes it is only in one size. So there will be, for example, on Etsy, if you find something, the person that digitized it will put something in the notes about, resizing this may cause an issue. If you need a different size, contact me and they can do, the resizing that you want done. You can do it in Floriani sometimes, but sometimes they have the stitches locked so that you can't do that, and that's just one of the things about downloading from online. So for example, this is going to be the centerpiece of my February quilt block. So I know that my quilt block is going to be 7 by 7 because that is the size of the frame that I am stitching in. And when you get into the project, you'll understand that my centerpiece is actually going to be a little smaller than that because of the border that we're going to put on the block. So for me, the best size is probably going to be this 6 by 5 particular piece of embroidery. So always make sure that you check your size, make sure that it's within a size range that you want. The next thing I'm going to tell you is that you always need to double check and make sure that your format that you download is available for your machine. For example, the Husqvarna, the Viking, the Brother, the Pfaff, whatever your particular machine is, make sure that it is listed in the available formats. Now, most of the time, your sites will give you the ability to print out a color sheet so that you can take a look at the different colors that are involved in the design. Now, in this particular case, there are 28 colors, but you'll notice that you have some that are doubled. You've got 2 irises, you've got 2 carrots, and sometimes your 28 color changes, you're thinking, wow, that's a lot. Well, the reality of it is, it's not that it's 28 colors, it's just that you're going to stitch a little bit in that color, take that color off the machine, move to another color, and then later on in the design you will come back to that particular color. So don't necessarily panic when you see that, it's, oh my gosh, it's 28 colors. It may not be 28. It may just be that you're changing threads multiple times, and so you learn to develop a kind of a setting so that you can take each one of those colors and identify it so it'll stitch out in the order that you want it to stitch out. The other thing I always suggest is that you read the instructions that are listed with each one of these. It does tell you here, Baby Lock, Brother, Janome, Bernina, Husqvarna, Pfaff, Singer are all compatible with this particular file. These files oftentimes have restrictions on them. You can use them for personal use, but you cannot use them in any way for commercial use. And so if you're looking to use it, on multiple objects for that reason, you need to make sure that the licensing is not violated when you do it. Now, I am logged into my account at Urban Threads so that I can make this purchase, so that I can have it ready for the design. It's fairly simple. It's like buying anything else online. You add it to your cart. You wait for your slow internet. And you go through your checkout process. Now, I am going to take this off screen for just a second because I don't want to share my credit card information with you. So hold on just a second. Okay, so my order is completed, and I'm bringing this back. Now, the one thing I do like about Urban Threads, and this is something that you'll find, they do keep track of your different files that you download over time. So if there is something that you lose, you can always go back and you can find it. I've never had a problem relocating a file that somehow I've lost. So then I'm going to go into my download file on this particular site, and you'll see that here's the rainbow, and that I'm wanting to download it in a PES file because I am on a Brother machine. So I'm going to click the download design. And you'll notice down here in the bottom left-hand corner, you will see that it is saying that it is downloaded. Once I have got it downloaded, I'm going to go into my files and I'm going to find my download file. And you'll see that here is the file that I just downloaded. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open this file up by double clicking it. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Not sure why that turned that upside down, but that's pretty easy to fix. We're going to come to all items and we're going to just rotate it. There we go. Now we have a butterfly coming across our screen. and you'll notice in 3D that this is what the design is going to look like. So the next step, once I have this, is I'm going to save this particular file. And for me, I will go into a save as. I have an embroidery hard drive. And because this came from Urban Threads, I have an Urban Threads file. And I'm going to tell it that this is my monarch butterfly. Now you'll notice that it's saying that it's going to save it in WAF, which is fine because it is a working file, and we will use it in creating the block. So we want to save it that way. However, I will also save it a second time as a PES in case I ever want to do it as a stitch alone, and then I don't have to convert it to move it to my machine. So hopefully that is a little bit of information on how to download from a website a design that you want. Now, if you are part of the group that is following along and you are doing the quilt blocks with us every month, we will walk through this during class. So you'll have the video to follow, and then we will walk through it in class. So don't panic if it doesn't make any sense. But I wanted to give you a heads up in case you wanted to go start looking on what you wanted to put on your project. So we will see you in the next video, and as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Thanks.